If you're still using letter of the week, I get it. It's fun. You've been doing it for years. But the truth is that letter of the week is holding our children back. I'm Melissa McCall, an early literacy specialist who specializes in merging research-based instruction with play-based learning. And today I am here to help you let go of letter of the week and really embrace a better way, letter cycles. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some great things that come out of letter of the week. And I'm not saying that you have to get rid of all of them. I'm just saying that we can fit them into our day and our year a little bit differently. Now let's talk about what is the actual problem with letter of the week. And it comes down to brain power. We have to teach the alphabet in a way that is supported by research, in a way that builds the brain and aligns with how children actually learn. And so that is why we are going to ditch letter of the week and embrace letter cycles. So if you're telling me that we have to follow that brain power, how exactly do children obtain alphabetic knowledge? Well, research shows that there are 4 main things that lead to alphabetic knowledge. And number 1, letters in their name. Children learn letters in a variety of different orders, beginning with the letters in their name. So this is great for teachers to remember. There's no perfect order for teaching the alphabet. First, I learned the letters in my name because they are important to me. My name has value, and research shows that children learn things that are meaningful. So K-A-T-I-E, Katie is going to learn those letters first because they're the letters in her name. You might notice that children start recognizing their friends' names as well because that is important and meaningful. That's an important part of their life. So they're going to start recognizing the letters in their names and their friends' names first. The second way that children obtain alphabetic knowledge is by learning the letters in which the sounds are embedded in their names. So they will be learning D, D, D easier because the letter sound is embedded in their name. Another example is the letter S. They are going to learn the letter S because the sound is embedded in the name. The third way that children typically learn alphabetic knowledge is by learning the letters at the beginning of the alphabet. So they typically learn the letters at the beginning of the alphabet first for a few reasons. First, we typically sing the ABC song, A, B, C, D. Children might get used to hearing those letters and then lose interest as the song progresses. And the second reason, ABC is plastered everywhere. So they are going to see those words more often and they are going to recognize them. And the final way that children obtain alphabetic knowledge is that they typically learn letters with unique shapes. So a lot of times you might notice they might know X or maybe they know O. These shapes, for some reason, are easier for children to obtain, and that's what research shows. Now, I really want to explain how the brain works, and that will help us make a better connection to alphabetic knowledge. So inside our little brains, we have connections happening all the time. The first 5 years of life are a rapid time of explosion of these connections in the brain. Now, the way that we fizz these connections together and make the memories connect and stick quicker is through repeated experiences. We have to have repeated experiences back and forth between these synapses, between these connections, in order for learning to stick. And that is why letter of the week is not enough. So if you take away anything from today, it's that repeated experiences matter in all forms of learning. Research also proves that children learn best through play-based experiences, meaningful experiences, hand-on experiences, multisensory learning, and all of these things play into how we obtain alphabetic knowledge. Now, how does this brain power relate to the letter of the week? Well, the truth is, the letter of the week slows down the delivery of the letters. If we're teaching the letter R, it's going to be weeks before the children ever have exposure to this letter. That is not best practice for children, and it's really delaying their knowledge. They are capable of amazing things, and so we want to be introducing the alphabet all of the time, repeating the letters, cycling through so that those little connections in the brain can click. I have a better way, a way that is supported by research and also fits how the brain learns, and that is through letter cycles. So we are going to ditch letter of the week and embrace letter cycles, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about each letter cycle. Cycle 1 is name play. We know that research shows that children learn the letters in their names first. So we are going to be celebrating each child and discussing the letters in their names. We can use name chants. We can cut these letters apart, mix them up, hide them in the room, bring them back together, and celebrate one name per day. This really gives us a chance to expose children to the letters that matter most to them and really feel a sense of community. For letter cycle 2, we are embracing every single letter of the alphabet. We are learning one letter per day. For this activity, I love to use our letter sound flashcards, which include embedded mnemonics and also body movements. Both of these things are proven by research to be a wonderful way to introduce the alphabet. So we are going each day highlighting one letter. I typically do letters A through Z only because I am using the Dr. Jean song, Who Let the Letters Out, and these flashcards. So we're building on one every single day. So we are going to introduce A, and then we're going to play Who Let the Letters Out by Dr. Jean. Who let the A out? Ah, 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 ah. And then the next day, we're learning B. And we're going to go back and repeat. Who let the A out? Ah, 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 ah. Who let the B out? B, 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 b. Who let the C out on day 3? K, 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 k. So every day, we are reviewing what we've learned and adding on. Now, I'm going to be explicitly teaching this lesson. I'm not just going to simply teach the sound and motion. There's much more in depth that goes into the teaching of this, but I just wanted to show you what letter cycle 2 looks like with the A to Z and the motions. After we've completed letter cycle 2 and we've gotten through A to Z, we are going to continually review our alphabet song every day or a couple times a week just to stay fresh and to have that continual review supporting that brain power. But we're going to move on to letter cycle 3, which is teaching 2 letters per week. So during this cycle, I'm going to introduce 2 letters. If I'm in 5 days a week, I'm typically going to do F 2 days, H 2 days, and then on the final day, we're going to do some fun sorting and comparing activities with the 2 letters. But if you're in school only 3 days a week, I would teach both letters over all 3 days, so we are increasing that exposure. During our 3rd letter cycle, we are really going into depth. We are talking about the name, the sound, the formation. We're using mystery boxes. We're doing all sorts of hands-on play-based activities, diving into the name and the sound and the form. I do want to mention that we follow the Orton-Gillingham order when it comes to the 2 letters per week. So the reason we follow this is that there's amazing research supported by Orton-Gillingham for how to introduce letters that have short and long sounds, letters that are easy to form, as well as easy to blend. So that's the reason for that. Finally, we are on to letter cycle 4, which is assessment. We have to assess children even at the preschool level so we can start picking up on patterns. If we find out that the entire class does not know the letter G, well, guess what? We're going to spend more time practicing that letter sound. We might find that only a small group of children are struggling and we can pull that group aside or be intentional with maybe making giant letters on the ground that they can hop and say the sounds on for the ones that they're struggling with. If you're in school all year long, you can always repeat back through those 2 letters per week. Maybe you want to repeat through 4 letters a week. There's multiple ways to extend your year. The biggest key is continually repeating and reviewing. If you are not quite ready to go all in on letter cycles, that's okay. But I want to challenge you to make one small shift. And that shift is to continually sing some sort of fun, phonics-based alphabet song multiple times each week. Even if you're doing letter of the week, this simple skill will give children a chance to be exposed to all letters and sounds of the alphabet much quicker because they deserve it. They deserve to learn in a way that they are scientifically supported, and also in a way that gives them empowerment to go beyond the slow pacing of letter of the week. If you're ready to go deeper and learn exactly how we teach the alphabet following research and play-based methods, be sure to check out Alphabet Academy, the research-focused approach to teaching the alphabet. In this course, we have pacing for exactly how we introduce the alphabet, no matter how many weeks you are in school. We've got videos, modeling, we've got milestone charts, we have got it all. So please check out Alphabet Academy and get yourself a set of our alphabet motion flashcards. These are absolute game changer. And don't forget to subscribe to Moving Little Minds.